of scrap back there. It's safe to say, they'll be hounding us.
That just means we don't gotta sneak around anymore. We're going all the way to the top.
I'm good.
I'm not a loser. Cool. Open wide. Get alive. Watch this. That takes care of that. Yeah. Going in. Cool. Have fun with this. Let's go. Yeah. Nice knowing ya. We have to be proud this time. Ready when you are. I'm not a loser. Cool. Let's go. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. I'm up. Cool. Have fun with this. Brace yourself. That's how you do. Not an enemy. Things are getting stronger. Nice.
Moving up in the world. I've got some more fight in me. Anyone hungry?
Should I open it? Got it!
Hey, I'm in good shape.
You think you can just barge in here? Nobody sneaks into Seiryu HQ and gets away with it. You three are dead meat!
Damn it. German's room's right there, too.
Shit. What's the plan, Ichiban? This guy's on a good one.
He's just what we wanted. After all, every dungeon needs a tough boss at the end.
元の生活には戻れると思うんじゃねえ。
Yeah.
This guy hits hard. Well, if we can't knock him down, maybe we can toss him around.
Let's go! Watch this!
Come up!
Cool! Yeah!
Let's go.
Brace yourself!
Have fun with this.
I'm up.
Thanks.
Open wide!
Hey, watch it. Think we got a big one coming.
Going in!
Okay.
Don't get caught.
Brace yourself!
I'm up!
You're in it
Watch this. Cool. Here. Thanks. Okay.
Let's go.
There's another one in the bag. On to the next
Look at me
level.
go!
Hell yeah.
All right. Chairman's just past here, yeah?
Yeah. Stay on your toes.
All right. We'll see that it's settled before next week's meeting. Precisely. We'll accept their proposal. Is that all? Very well. I'll be in touch. My apologies. I had to see that through. I've been managing things in Chairman Takabe's absence. I am Ebina, the clan captain. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ichiban Kasuga-san.
So what? You hear about us from Takabe or something?
Yes, I've heard a great deal, too.
And Takabe, he's still locked up, right?
In short, one of ours got busted and the chairman took the brunt of it. He's set to be released in 2 years.
And what about you? You're filling in for him while he's away, right? I don't remember seeing you around before.
I'm a new addition. I didn't join the Seiryu until after the Great Dissolution.
And you're already captain? You sure climbed the ladder fast. Based on that, you must be pretty good.
You flatter me. But you see, with the death of the previous chairman and the chaos that followed the Great Dissolution, well, the fact of the matter is we were short-handed. To be even more blunt about it, my promotion was based entirely on how well I earned. As a Yakuza, however, that's not really something to be proud of.
Hey, you're humble, at least.
Let's get back on topic. Chairman Takabe told me what you did for the Seiryu clan, among others. The Ijin 3 are all very much indebted to you. Please excuse me for not reaching out sooner.
Yeah, appreciate you rolling out the red carpet.
We take security matters quite seriously here. Unless I give explicit permission, any intruders are to be eliminated on sight. Unfortunately, it seems there was a delay in giving orders, even after I'd confirmed it was you.
Maybe relax your grip on the place then, huh? One wrong move and we'd be feeding the fish right now.
If I told my men to stand down first thing, I would never have seen our heroes of Yokohama in action. As acting head of the Seiryu clan, It's my responsibility to determine who we do business with. Surely you understand.
Well, I guess we're the ones who barged in. Wouldn't be right for us to complain about it.
You have my thanks.
Anyway, Ebina-san, the reason we came here...
Yes, I'm aware. It's about Sasaki-san. Is that right?
That certainly saves us some time.
Where do you think we're headed?
Maybe the mountains, you know, so they can bury us in the woods.
Far from it. We're en route to a warehouse at the wharf.
And we gotta go all the way to the harbor just to talk about Sasaki?
Well, seeing is believing, as they often say. After the Great Dissolution 4 years ago, even some Seiryu clan members were ready to leave the Yakuza life behind. Chairman Takabe, in light of this, encouraged them to do just that. However, one major obstacle stands between an ex-Yakuza and the outside world.
The 5-year ex-Yakuza clause, right?
Yeah, correct. As long as that's in place, former Yakuza are unlikely to find decent work, forcing many onto the streets. Knowing what might await them, the first thing the chairman did was provide a way one might make an honest living.
And what's that?
You'll see. In fact, we're almost there. We bought the warehouse the Liu Mang had been using some time ago. It's here we gather trash from all 4 corners of the globe.
Trash?
I say trash, but in reality, it's a little more complicated than that. Rather, it's things one can no longer afford to keep. For example, we might receive evidence of a president's adultery, or illicit money transfer records. A scholar may call them pieces of history. But to others, they are cursed objects meant to be destroyed. As to our part, we secretly store these controversial trinkets for safekeeping. And should the client request it, we'll dispose of their trash without hesitation. It's our duty to make clients feel safe, that they might entrust their disposables to this island nation we call Japan.
So, it's like a giant safety deposit box.
Precisely. Each storage container is lined with lead, so even X-rays can't make out their contents. In addition, the interiors are also vacuum sealed to prevent degradation. Naturally, that demands a rather high premium, but we still find ourselves with new inventory almost every day.
I swear, what'll you Yakuza think up next?
Oh, this isn't just some Seiryu clan racket. It's our front corporation.
Right, so this is where you're sending those who want out?
Yes. The Omi and Tojo's dissolution changed everything. Many Yakuza who were unable to reintegrate into society have since returned. Not everyone can weather those 5 long years, and thus the Yakuza is all they have. Whatever their reasons, it's estimated they number over 10,000.
There's still that many?
Far as they're concerned, the best option is to side with smaller, local groups like the Seiryu clan. Provided at least one organization remains, they will no doubt continue to seek them out. For this reason, Chairman Takabe plans to coordinate with all remaining Yakuza clans and quickly dissolve them as well.
What? You mean all at once?
The Yomei Alliance of Hiroshima, the Kitakata family of Hokkaido, the Ryudo family of Okinawa. Those are just the start. as he's secretly in touch with many other groups as well. He's aptly called this plan the Second Great Dissolution. Should it succeed, then the Yakuza will truly be a thing of the past. I have been acting on his behalf, carefully advancing the plan while he's away.
Never knew Takabe had his sights set so high.
In order to avoid the hardship caused by the first dissolution, the second will only be carried out once we've secured enough jobs. To that end, we've been expanding our business in numerous areas. Frankly, not all of them have been successful, but we can't afford to let that slow us down. We must give all we have to the task at hand.
So the second Great Dissolution. When exactly are you guys planning to pull the trigger?
When the time is right. That's all I can say for now.
You've told us so much already, even though we just met. Seriously, it means a lot.
Kasuga-san, Adachi-san, I'm well aware of all the work you two have done in rehabilitating former Yakuza. That said, I am also aware of your current predicament. Despite this, let me assure you that our goals are the same. Masumi Arakawa's last wish, his incredible dream of giving every last Yakuza a chance at normal life. Would you entrust that to us?
Kasuga-san, Adachi-san.
Sasaki! Guess you really were here after all, huh?
I'm sorry, well, to be honest, I came here with the intent of joining the Seiryu clan. But thankfully, Ebina-san said I could stay a civilian.
You've got nothing to apologize for. If you're okay with this, then you have my support.
We will take responsibility and look after Sasaki-san from here on. Is that all right with you?
Honestly, it's amazing what you guys have done. Makes me wonder why I even bothered trying to do it on my own. Anyway, Ebina-san, I ultimately just want to say thank you. This might sound kind of presumptuous of me, but if I may, could I ask you see this through? That no man gets left behind?
Yes, of course. I'll see that it's done. Kasuga-san. Provided you still have time, there's someone I'd like you to see.
Yeah? I mean, sure. I've got nothing but time right now.
Glad to hear it. In that case, allow me to give him a call.
That won't be necessary.
Well then, it would appear he's already here.
No way.
It's been a while, Ichi.
Holy shit. Captain Sawashiro.
No, it's fine. Old habits die hard, huh?
Captain Sawashiro! I thought you were in the slammer. What are you doing here? You were found guilty. You killed the Seiryu chairman. As far as Ebin is concerned, you're public enemy #1, right? At a glance, I'd say he's treating you like the opposite.
You know, for a dumbass, you're pretty perceptive, huh, Ichi?
And I see you're at it with that. Would it kill you to be nice for once? I guess old habits really do die hard.
So they do.
So, what exactly's going on?
Well, long story short, I wasn't the one who killed Chairman Hoshino 4 years ago.
What?
Awful late to the party, aren't you? Seems even Hoshino got sick of waiting.
Young master, what have you done?
Yeah, I should be asking you. The ruthless Captain Sawashiro I once knew never dragged his ass. But I have a theory. You let it slip that someone was after the old man's head, didn't you? If all went according to plan, Ichiban would come save the day before you made the hit. That's what you were banking on, right? Well, change of plans.
I see. So you sent a guy in ahead of me to ensure the job was done.
I'll make sure the credit goes to you. If it gets around that you off the Seiryu clan chairman, well, you're sure to impress a cellmate or two.
So then, that means I'd lost your trust some time ago, young master.
You're wrong there, Sawashiro. You never had my trust to begin with.
So someone else got to him before you even had the chance. Right. Then the young master played you as well. And even knowing that, you still took the fall.
Well, I can't deny I was on my way to kill the chairman. Maybe I did pray for a sort of miracle. That by some chance I wouldn't have to. But it would have been too shameless of me to plead innocence.
You had your reasons. I'm sure a lot was going through your head at the time, yeah?
That's true. I suppose I was trying to atone for my sins somehow. It was clear the young master... No. My own son was only sinking deeper into the abyss. I spoiled him. And Arakawa-san's death was a direct result of that. In truth, I might have prevented it. But instead, I pushed him to do it. Once they put me in prison, I thought I'd just be counting down the rest of my days. But someone put that countdown on hold. That someone was Ebina. A man claiming to be his attorney came to visit. He told me he could prove me innocent, that he wanted to appeal for a retrial.
So Ebina knew the truth? Did he know about Chairman Hoshino? That there was another killer?
Yeah. He's a sharp one, that guy. Real young, full of energy type. He did everything he could to get me out of prison. It was all to serve his goal, to start up the Second Great Dissolution. You even heard it yourself just now. Arakawa still had a lot more to do before he passed.
I get it. You couldn't be the one Yakuza left out of all this.
No way. I'm the guy that turned from the Tojo to the Omi, incited a war and went on an all-out rampage in the process. Get someone like me on your leash, and even a fresh face like Ebina's sure to turn a few heads. To keep the strays in line, you need someone who can bark over them. I suppose that's why he brought me in.
Sounds like you got the short end of that one.
I'd say it's the perfect job for me, all things considered. If nothing else, it sure beats pretending to atone for my sins in some cell.
Captain.
I had asked Ebina to bring you here tonight, but it wasn't so I could talk about myself. I know I have no right, Ichi, but I have a favor to ask you.
A favor? From me?
It's a rush job, too.
Let me hear it first. I don't exactly want to bite off more than I can chew, you know?
Well, as I understand it, you're fresh out of a job, right? I'm sure you'll find the time.
So, Sawashiro asks you a favor, and without any clue as to what it is, you run off and snag a passport. Sir, yes, sir, eh?
That's one way to put it.
Well, whatever his favor is, I imagine you'll be heading overseas, right? Passport ain't good for much else.
He's gonna fill me in later today. Said he'll be waiting at Heian Tower.
Are you gonna be okay by yourself? I mean, can we really trust Sawashiro?
You know, I think if he was gonna hurt me, he'd have done it by now.
That's a fair point.
Not only that, I'm out of work, with plenty of time to spare. Figured I'd just go meet him. I'd feel bad turning him down at this point, especially after he came to me for help.
Guess we're all going to Heian Tower then. You're not the only one with time on his hands after all.
The battle is on! Yeah! Go! Watch this! Going in! We need another one in the bag!
Oh, yeah. Feeling groovy.
楽しませてもらおうか。
Let's do it! Cool. Open wide. Crush you. Look at it.
Watch this.
Let's go.
Come up.
Cool. There it is.
To think there'd come a day when we'd share a meal here.
I'll say. Still, I assumed it'd just be us.
Actually, they're here on Ebina's orders. I made a lot of enemies before getting arrested. Plenty of people out there still hate my guts, it seems.
Oh, I did what you asked. Got my passport right here.
Ah, excellent.
So, what's this favor you're asking?
I'm sending you to Hawaii. There's someone there who wants to meet you.
Hawaii? Who is it?
Well, it's your mother.
What?
She's the one woman the boss truly loved. Akane-san.
Huh? Wait, that's...
Just so we're clear here, yes, you are indeed the boss and Akane-san's child. That fateful day 40 years ago, I saw everything with my own eyes. On that day, 2 babies at the coin lockers were sadly mistaken for one another. In a perfect world, you would have been raised as Masato Arakawa, the boss's own flesh and blood. You were, of course, replaced with... the son I abandoned. If you hate me for it, you're welcome to say so. You have every right.
You know, I've always had 2 fathers. Jiro Kasuga at the Shangri-La Soapland, and by oath, Masumi Arakawa. For what it's worth, that's all I needed.
Maybe you're right. That said, what about your mother?
Right, so, this Akane-san lady is...
Yes. She's your mom.
No, but... Akane-san... I heard she was killed! Heck, Arakawa-san told me himself! The Hikawa family hunted her down. You know, the guys Arakawa-san used to run with.
Right, well, that may be what the boss believed. But... it's not entirely true. Prior to the boss's departure, the patriarch of the Hikawa family hoped to marry Arakawa-san to his daughter. That's how much he liked him. You might even say the patriarch wanted him as his heir. But as fate would have it, the boss was already together with Akane-san, so he had to fearfully turn down the offer.
Right.
That was it. And the patriarch's rage upon hearing the news was more than the boss could have ever imagined. In a sudden turn, he he tried to kill both the boss and Akane-san, who at the time was pregnant with you. You see, the boss had heard Akane-san was caught by the Hikawa family, but he never saw her body for himself. He kept believing she was out there, and so he strung up one Hikawa member after another. But by then, it was too late, and the order to kill Akane-san had already been passed on to the contractors.
Contractors?
Professional hitmen. So now they were on the hunt too. The Hikawa Patriarch was playing all his cards.
All that to kill Akane-san? Just her alone?
Crossing the Yakuza carries a heavy toll. Surely I don't have to tell you that. It was then Arakawa made one last move. And in order to save your mom, he raided the Hikawa family HQ, all by himself.
Arakawa! You're going straight to hell, you damn traitor!
Where is she? Old man.
Wherever she may be, she won't have much longer to live. The hounds are already on her trail, and once they sniff her out, it's feeding time, down to the very last bone. Whether I live or die makes no difference. My orders are absolute.
Then make new orders. Tell whoever you hired, you're calling it off.
The plan's already in motion. Give it up. As far as I'm concerned, you crossed the point of no return a long time ago. Did you forget?
Where the fuck is Akane?
No longer in the country. She's bound for the Philippines. Stowed away on some shady-looking cargo ship, it seems. Imagine a pretty little thing by her lonesome, with hardly a yen to her name. Surely she has to earn her keep somehow. I hear life at sea is quite demanding, but it's the men at sea who I'd be concerned about. Bet you they're lined up as we speak.
Shit! You piece of shit! Tell your men to stand down. Or they'll be dead just like you! Ikawa!
That's the spirit, Arakawa. Oh, I've been wanting to see that face. To hear you scream like the little brat you are!
Make the call! Do it already!
One really has to wonder, though, how bad is your bitch holding up?
The boss continued torturing the Ikawa patriarch until he breathed his last. But no matter what he did, the madman kept on laughing. Till the bitter end. And in the end, he never found out where Akane-san was. And now he had no chance of calling off her pursuers.
But wait, he knew she was headed for the Philippines, right? There had to be something he could do.
There was. He flew to the Philippines as soon as possible, and once he formed his own family, his subordinates joined the search. But nothing ever turned up, and the years just kept passing by. He came to believe that if Akane-san were alive, she would have contacted him. That day never came. So he and the rest of us assumed the worst. Though no one ever said it out loud. Here. It's the photo of Akane-san the boss had us carry around.
What?
I can't imagine you've seen it.
This is her? Akane-san? Oh.
She's native Hawaiian, albeit with some Japanese blood mixed in.
Then I have that blood too?
Guess that's how it goes. Ten years had passed since Akane-san went missing. Then, one day the boss got an emergency call. It was from an officer of a Filipino group we had dealings with. He found a girl in Hawaii who looked just like her.
Then that mean maybe she moved back home at some point.
Yeah, we'd been looking at that angle too, as you might have guessed. But the boss never knew where exactly in Hawaii she was born. That might be why we still came up short.
So you went there to take a look? To find Akane-san?
As soon as I got word, I was on the first flight out. It was just me, though. The boss stayed behind.
Why?
What? Why didn't he go with me? If I can afford to be blunt, it's because he was afraid. He'd had enough. A man can only have his hopes built up so many times. The stronger and more promising the lead, the bigger the hurt when it all fell through.
I see. Makes sense.
Anyway, off I went. Eventually I found her. It was Akane-san, no doubt about it.
And she was safe and sound?
She was. About as safe as you can get. Granted, that presented a bit of a problem for me.
Huh?
Say all went well, and she returned to the boss. Akane-san would inevitably want to meet her child. And in that case, she'd quickly see that her son's been living with a handicap since the transfer at the coin locker. Now, she might at first say that just being able to reunite is enough. But eventually, she'd want to know about his condition. And she'd probably ask how that happened. Before long, she and the boss would be comparing their memories from that night. Then it'd hit. They'd realize they transferred their baby at different lockers. How then would they treat Masato Arakawa, the young master, the boy they believed was theirs?
Well...
No one truly knows what would have happened. But I did know this. As long as Akane-san kept out of Japan, everything here'd stay the same. Neither I nor the young master would have to suffer.
Wait, then you flew out to Akane-san too?
Exactly. When I saw Akane-san, I was planning to kill her. Even I couldn't help trembling. I had every intention to get rid of the woman the boss loved. However, I ended up walking away, all thanks to something she said.
If anyone asks, I've been dead a long time.
And Akane-san has kids out there?
It shouldn't come as a surprise if you think about it. A young girl on the run from hired killers, with absolutely no hope of contact from the man she loved. Who could blame her for anything? From then on, it was her life to live. So I decided to honor her wishes. I gave word to the boss that Akane-san was dead. I told him the Hikawa family had reached her first. That all I'd found was her lifeless body. Nothing more. The boss quietly accepted my report. The search for Akane-san was called off. And she was never spoken of again.